Hi friends, my name is Nikki and we call this the Source Clarity Community. I had an outer body experience and extracted a pretty incredible lesson from that experience that I want to share with each and every single one of you, okay? So when I was around like 16, I had this spiritual awakening, right? I realized that we are not the physical. We have a larger non-physical part of who we are. We have a highest expression of self. We have a higher self. And my life completely transformed, right? For those who've been watching any of these videos or have been following or are in the Source Clarity community in any kind of way, you are well aware of this story that around 16, I had this spiritual awakening. And I went from feeling incredibly alone. I would frequently compare myself. I always felt like there was someone better at me at something, whether it my singing, being an athlete, more social, more friends. Then at 16, this awakening happened. My social life flipped on its head. Everything, my confidence, I activated a new level of confidence. It felt like a movie. Like, it was super trippy because I realized I could be anyone that I want to be. And if I want to be someone that is socially abundant, I had to see myself as someone that is socially abundant. And so, anyways, during this season of my life, I had this spiritual awakening, realizing we have a higher self. My life flipped 180 on its head. And in that season of my life, I was frequently meditating. Creating space within the mind to observe the sort of negative self-talk and change the programming. A lot of the times, the reason why we are experiencing obstacles and adversity because we have these maps of reality within the brain. We have this programming that causes us to have these limiting beliefs, and our beliefs create our reality. So I was in this practice frequently of meditating, observing my thoughts and things of that nature, and I found quite a bit of success in that. And I remember there was this one time my mother was in the kitchen, and I was I was next to the kitchen in the family room on the couch, and I was just sort of like drifting off in sort of a meditative state. And somewhere in that drifting off, so my mother was talking, like maybe she was on the phone or something of that nature. And somewhere in that talking, I could still understand her, but it was without words, which was pretty cool. And I can feel this like almost this vortex, this pull of energy pulling me up out of my body. And it was like exhilarating. It's almost difficult to explain. And all of a sudden I could see my physical body laying there on the couch. Now, here's what happens next. I'll see you next week. No, I'm just kidding. Here's what happened next. I got scared. And the moment I got scared, I instantly went back into my body. And it was super trippy. And I remember I had this sort of like, this realization. Anytime I've experienced that feeling, again, of not feeling intelligent enough, not feeling good enough, feeling alone, it always went back to fear. Fear is a thing that has always brought me back. In this little moment, this experience, this outer body experience that I had, or thought I had, was also this incredible lesson. It showed me that we can increase our frequency and our vibration. We can expand our perspectives in our consciousness. But the moment we succumb to fear in our lives is the moment we are going to feel we are having a setback. Now, do setbacks actually exist? Not really, because all of life is happening for you and bringing you closer to your soul mission and your purpose. But this epiphany was just an incredible moment in my life for me, because after that experience, I began to find new and better ways to observe my fear instead of identify with it. And you got to imagine, right? You're having an outer body experience. You're leaving your body. I think anybody might, not anybody, but I mean, I feel like that's pretty like a sort of normal reaction to have a little bit of fear. Like, gosh, where am I going? But it was just this incredible moment for me, because I was like, wow, all those moments in my life where I was comparing myself, and I already said all this to you guys, but again, I'll say it again. It all led back to fear. And fear is simply just not being able to see the unknown, not being able to understand the unknown, not having clarity. And it has all led me back to creating what we have today, the Source Clarity Community. Because anytime I have felt, again, like I was suffering in my life, I felt absence of clarity. I felt opposite of clarity. I felt tethered to the illusions, the congestion, the craziness, and the chaos within my own mind. So I want you to think about your own life. And I want you to think about the things where, or maybe like seasons in your life where you didn't feel good enough. You're like, Nikki, that ain't a season. That's all the time. I understand. I want you to think about the seasons where you didn't feel good enough, or you felt alone, or experiences that you had. And maybe it was just this lesson, this fear lesson, teaching you to harness deeper levels of clarity, to see the perfection in everything. Now you might be wondering, well, Nikki, how do we actually clear that fear? Well, there are many steps for this, but I want to give you sort of a fundamental one that's still super advanced that has actually changed my life. And it is to begin to recognize the sort of worst case scenario of something. Yeah, to recognize the worst case scenario of something. And then begin to find peace with the worst case scenario. Yes, that is one of the ways that I have alleviated fear, where I've dissolved the fear from my own psyche and experiencing it to degrees that I don't want to experience it. I'm almost hoping the challenges happen because I'm seeing the perfection in it. If we are fearful, it's only because we have lack of clarity. We're not seeing the perfection in something, okay? So I want to share that story with you. If you've ever had like an outer body experience or some esoteric experience, I want you to share it in the comments. I want to hear. I'm going to be responding to your comments, and I want to do this. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. You're wonderful. You're on this planet with a unique purpose. We have been posting a video literally every single day for the past 13 days. This is day 13. So do me a favor. Feel free to like, subscribe, and comment the shit out of this video. That would mean the world. And you're wonderful. Alrighty, friends. Stay awesome and authentic. Peace.